We're live.
Hey, how are you guys?
Let's wait a few minutes and we'll start. I tagged, but I think you should share it now. So before, but in the meantime, we'll just hang in and wait for you guys to come on and give us some hearts and let us know that you're here with us today. So yeah, just share it. Check if it's there. If it's there, then you're good. It's there?
Yeah, sure. It's there.
All right. Thank you. So we have somebody. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So for those that don't know me, my name is Saldi Almonte, and I am a mother of two incredible boys, happily married, superstar diamond coach, member of the Millionaires Club, and yada yada yada, right? So many things. We're not here to talk about me. We're here to hear an amazing coach on my team who's actually been on my team since 2012.
Yes.
And she is very, very dear to my heart because when I was a baby coach and I really didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I was just, trying to lose weight and completely fascinated by this community and by what this, Beachbody family stood for, and I just admire the fact that, and I thank you for believing in me back then because I was still in the middle of my journey. I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. All I was doing was sharing with you what was working for me. And I'll never forget the day that I had the conversation with Cruz. I was sitting on the floor doing laundry. I remember having a pile of laundry on the floor, and I was just sitting in it and just talking to her and pouring my heart into her. And she straight up told me, no, I'm not interested in that. And she really shut me down, and I was okay with it. I was like, I still want to help her. And I remember adding her into my accountability group for free. She didn't buy anything from me. I just felt like this woman and I had a connection. And we did. And here we are so many years later, and I'm here to, welcome you and interview you to share with the world, where our friendship stems from and all the amazing changes that have happened in the last few months.
Thank you.
So let them know who you are, your rank, and all that.
Okay. My name is Cruz Medina. I'm a mother of two. I have a girl who is 19 and a son who is 25. And I'm 46 years old, by the way.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying.
Married, and I've been with Beachbody for 5 years now with Saudi Almonte. She has been the biggest blessing that has come into my life, the biggest gift, joining this team. And it has been. And, I'm very, very happy to be here and to be able to share my experience with Beachbody and what it has done for me. So, and I hope that it touches someone out there.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I love you so much. And okay, so Cruz, what was the moment that you knew you wanted to be a full-time coach? Because that's actually one of the topics today. Cruz recently went full-time as a Beachbody coach.
Yes. Well, I have two separate stories. Okay, so I would tell you the moment that I decided I really needed to work this business and I really needed to, I've always worked the business and I've always had that extra income, which has been great for me, especially during the time of my separation when I got separated from my husband. That extra, even though I was working full time, that extra supplement coming in was great because it helped me with my bills. It helped me because I have my daughter with me, helped me pay for my own apartment. So it was great to be able to afford that and not, have to, God only knows do what, okay? Get another job.
Another few jobs.
Exactly. Get another job where, I'm not going to have no time at all with my daughter. So at least I was able to be home and work my business from home, help others, and spend time with my daughter, which has always been very important to me. Now, the second full-time, I'll tell you this, and I was sharing this actually with my success partner today. My full-time aha moment came actually about 1.5 years ago, and it was when my employer told me, Cruz, you're burning the two ends of a candlestick. You need to choose. Now, mind you, she knows that I've been doing Beachbody. She knows how passionate.
Your boss.
Yes,
Okay.
my boss. She knows how passionate this business, how passionate I am about this business, how passionate I am about my team. And at that moment when she told me that, I remember sitting there and saying, you know what? You're right. I am burning the two ends of a candlestick. And you know what? I made a decision at this moment. I'm going to make sure that I start with the money that I'm already getting, okay? Start paying off my things little by little. And I made that a point for a whole year. Wow. So like that, I can say goodbye to my employer.
Isn't that amazing? That one, there's these moments in our lives, and you know, I'm so glad that you caught that, because that could have been a conversation that you totally blew off, and you probably would have been like, oh, let me just do better at my job. But no, you decided, let me do better in my life. Let me pay my debt. Let me go and, you know, decide what is it that I want to do. I really admire that. That takes a lot of guts and a lot of, you know, realization, right, that not everybody may have, but I know that you doing personal development every single day was probably the reason why you caught that.
Exactly.
Because not everybody will catch something like that.
Exactly. I do read a lot, and one of the great things about this business is that it has opened my mind to reading so many books, and personal development is key. It's very key to everything that I do. So I'm always reading. My mindset has shifted tremendously since I started this business. And at that point, when my employer was speaking to me, that's the moment that I said, you know what am I doing? I feel stuck here. I honestly felt stuck, and I didn't feel like I had any more to give them. I have been with them so many years, and yes, I've gone up and promotions and stuff. But you know what? It wasn't my passion. It wasn't my drive. It wasn't what I needed to fulfill me. So at that point, I said, I need to do something about this. I couldn't continue having these feelings inside.
Wow, that's very, very powerful. I commend you. I commend you on that. You know, that reminds me of a moment. So I worked for corporate also for 7 years before I became a coach. And I remember walking in differently because I was doing personal development. I always, you know, play around and say personal development is like going to college, right? Not that I went to college because I'm a high school dropout. But it is, because I remember walking in differently. I walked in with this confidence when I would walk into my job that I didn't care who or what was said to me, because I felt like I finally had power over myself and how I felt and how I carried myself. And people would tell me, you're different. What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
And you're right. I think it's the moment that you make that decision, the moment that you make a choice about your life and about where you want to take it, it is. It's like you change and you become so powerful within that you're like, you know what? I'm unstoppable. Nothing's going to stop me because you already know where you're heading. And that's exactly what my whole year and a half was about before going full time.
That's so true. And then when you realize that you get paid for your efforts, right? Then you start to do the math. And when I did the math and I calculated, you know, first of all, I was on a contract, right? So there was no raise for me. And so I started to calculate the interruption. So I calculated what my income would look like if I continued to grow at the same pace, right? With the same increments. And I started then to reverse engineer what it would look like if I went full time. And that's when I even planted a seed in my head that I would ever go full time, because I never thought I would work for myself or that I would ever go full time, because I worked like you from a young age and dedicated so many years and years to working for somebody else that you just become complacent and you just become like a statistic to a company where you really don't even matter to them. But if you shift and you make changes and you find your plan B, the same thing can happen for you guys that has happened for Cruz and for myself. Thank you for sharing that. So what's it like to see people you work with get results through Beachbody? I know how passionate you are about the accountability groups that you run online, and you're probably one of my coaches that I think takes it the most. Like, she would literally call me crying if somebody didn't lose weight, and I'd be like, Cruz, calm down. They're gonna do it. It's gonna take time.
Oh my God. first of all, I love my girls. They know that. And yes, I do take my accountability, Cruz, very seriously. I still do. To this day, how does it feel to see them get a transformation? For me, is everything. You know, I just think about that they're getting motivation, they're getting support. So sometimes you don't get that on your own. You know, you don't get that from your family members. So you're getting this, and plus on top of that, I'm able to make an income because I'm doing something that I'm so passionate about. So how do I feel? I feel so like exhilarated to see them, especially when it's either a physical transformation, an emotional transformation, or a financial transformation. And I was just sharing with Saudi, you know, a few minutes ago that one of my girls, you know, she went in and she said, you know, hey, I just made such and such an amount, and it hasn't even been a whole month.
Isn't that like incredible?
Yes, that made me feel so happy. Why? Not because of the money, it's because I know what it's doing for her. I know how it's helping her and her family. So right there, that filled me up. And to see a lot of my girls, because you know, weight loss is not only about weight loss, it's also an emotional, okay? When I see their mindset shift totally, that right there, you know, you see the confidence start coming out, you see the self-esteem go up, and that I love.
And that's purpose. And to see you every single day, wake up in the morning, living a fulfilled, purposeful life, is why you've been blessed with this opportunity, and why you always have people coming to you. And you know, a ti nunca te falta la gente, nunca te va a faltar. And that's something that I actually recently heard in my grandmother's funeral, that when you live a life of purpose and you impact others and you wake up every day with others on your mind and not yourself all the time, you're always going to be blessed. Whether it's when you're here on earth or when you go. And you don't take materialistic stuff with you when you go. You don't take, you know, all the accolades and all the success, but the way you make people feel, you take with you. And you leave it behind, and you leave a legacy. And this woman is the epitome of that. Like the freaking, I mean, I've never seen somebody be so passionate about somebody losing a pound than her. And she's always like, look at this transformation, this is amazing. And it's why she is successful in her business. And I hope that if there's coaches watching, you know, that you take a minute, you know, to just get over yourself and think about others and the people that you're impacting every day and helping, and you know, just be at service. When you live a life of service, nunca te falta nada. And Cruz, I mean, this, you kind of answered this one, but what do you love the most about, like, what is it that you love the most about these women and them changing?
What I love the most about them changing, I think it's, I'm a very family person. Everything about me is family. So with them, I see how they're able to grow closer with their families. And these are women who, just like me, I came from my parents. I actually left home at 16, and it was because of domestic abuse that was going on in my, domestic violence that was going on in my home. And I actually attract many women like that. But to be able to see forgiveness and for them to be able to grow closer to the people that have impacted their lives, that for me is much more than an actual physical transformation.
Wow. We're getting even deeper here, guys. Like, this is like your calling, Cruz. Like, this is so, guys, do you feel the passion in her heart and in her voice when she answered that question? I think that's one of the biggest blessings that this business gives you. Like, you have to work on yourself so much fucking harder than anything you do in life when you become a coach. People really think that we just promote this shake, which is like crack juice, and that we promote, you know, these workouts that give you an amazing body and that freaking change your life. But there's so much more happening.
It goes deeper.
Yeah, it's so much bigger, it's so much deeper. And it's why the incomes, claims are so crazy. It's why these people are reaching, these levels of success that are unexplainable, because you have to work harder on yourself than you've ever had to in your life. There's no bullshitting with this business. You're either a fucking real person who cares about others, or you're not. Plain and simple. And I'm sorry that I get like this, but she gets me like this because she's just like, my ride or die. And so what is becoming a coach, what does becoming financially independent mean to you? Like, now that you're full-time, I see what's happening in your back office and your income is slowly climbing up there. Like, what does it feel like? What does this make, like, what are your plans?
Well, it feels great. First of all, it feels amazing. And it feels amazing at this point because besides the financial, I'm able to spend more time with my family. And it's given me more time with my daughter. My relationship, I have 2 kids. However, my son is already very grown. He does his own thing. Mm-hmm. But my daughter's in college and she does have a learning disability. So I get to spend that time at home and help her with her work when she needs it. That means a lot to me. So being financially independent, it's great. It has also helped me just to have my own things. I could just go. I have a husband. I don't have to ask him for anything. I have my own things. And for me, that's important. It's always been important. Since the age of 16, when I started working, my own money is my own money. So like that, I can help whoever I choose to.
Is there anything that you want to put into existence that you envision for you and your family? I know we recently worked on vision boards, and I saw so much, but I want to put you on the spot. I want to just, if you want to share with them, because I'm a huge woohoo person who believes in, when you speak into existence, the universe just is on your side. And so
currently we're living we're living nice. We have a nice big apartment, so I'm not complaining there. But eventually, yes, we would like to get into a home, and the home, like I have put in my vision board, is in Georgia somewhere.
Oh God, don't start with that. Unless you're packing me with you, you are not moving to Georgia. Oh, no.
I know the country living.
No,
what can I tell you?
I'm just kidding. Listen, if that's in your dreams, then I'll just have to buy a cottage right next to you.
But on top of that, it's more traveling. I've always been able to travel, but now I'm able to, have that time to be able to actually take the time to do it. So
which is happening soon. We're going to
Punta Cana. So I'm excited. And then to New Orleans from there.
Amazing stuff. Thank you for sharing that. And you will buy your own home. And everybody on this thread is going to hold you accountable to that.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to wrap things up because we want to make sure that whoever just jumped on can watch this video again or watch it for the first time. But I will ask Cruz the last question. What would you tell someone thinking about becoming a coach or joining your team or my team or any coach? Because I asked our coaches to share this. Anybody who invited you to this live chat today, you make sure that you reach out to that coach. Definitely. And I will share for protection that no income claims here, guys. You get paid based on your efforts. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. Okay, like anything that's real in life, you work hard, you get paid.
Exactly. So what would I tell someone who's thinking about, who has been on the fence? I would tell you that dreams do not come true, okay, if you're just standing there, standing still and not making things happen. You need to take action. So in order for you to do that, if you are feeling stuck right now, if you are looking for that extra income, if you need to, if you have a passion for helping others, okay, because for me, it's always been that, okay? Even before Beachbody, I used to volunteer my time every weekend. No pay, no nothing, just that's who I am. But if you have that passion, that drive, and you're at work right now, and you're like, why am I sitting here? You really need to hone into that and find out. And if someone has actually come to you with this gift, because that's what I see it as a gift, okay? Someone has come to you with a coach business opportunity. I suggest that you at least listen to the details and that you try to be open-minded about it, because you know what? It has helped me. It has helped my family. It has helped a lot of my coach's family. And you already know Saudi's story here. So
hopefully, if not, just hit me up.
Exactly. Go for it. I would say go for it. If you're truly passionate about helping others, you really do have to have that passion to want to help others.
You do. You know, you have to have that passion,
that drive,
and you have to be willing to finally get over your being like I was a habitual quitter. You know, every single diet that I have ever tried, I would quit. And so for me, becoming a coach, it was like a win-win situation. Like I saw this as a solution to my problem. My problem was, but a lot of people don't want to realize that they have a problem. They don't want to admit it because ego is just something that is in all of us. And so when I figured out that this opportunity would hold me accountable finally to my own bullshit, to me losing weight, I knew this was for me. Like from day one, I never sat on this opportunity. I never waited around. I never questioned it. I believed in it wholly because it was the one thing that kept me accountable. You know, I showed up every day. I was part of a community. I was fascinated with it all. I was addicted to seeing people's results. I would spend hours and hours on YouTube researching people's transformations with P90X, and I was like, I want to be that. I want to change. I want to feel good. I want to look good. And so, you know, losing 100 pounds wasn't easy, but I really would never, ever have been able to do it without the team. Yeah, without our team.
And don't feel, because, you know, there's some people I know, the older you get, you feel like, you know what, it's too late for me, or, you know, this can't happen for me. No, I'm 46 years old. It can happen for you, okay? If it even in the back of your mind, try it. Just give it a chance, you know? And one thing that one of the leaders from Team Eagle, her name is Mickey, and I remember the first time she said this, and it's so much what my dad says now, is she always used to say, take your hand, put it in your heart. Do you hear that beat? Okay? That means you're still alive. You have a purpose. And each one of us has a purpose. Absolutely. And a lot of us are just sitting there and not going after our true calling.
Absolutely. And, you know, since you touched on that and we're wrapping things up, you know, it's in our story. Our calling is in our story. So you see the way Cruz shared how she grew up in a you know, domestic home. I did too. And so it's our calling. And it may not be that your calling is to save people from that. It may be that, you know, because you were put through that, you know how to be resilient, but you don't know how to be resilient because you don't know that that's why. So you have to go through the motions to find that out. And that's what this business has done for her and I. And so having to write our story and putting the pieces together, we wake up every morning with our hand on our heart, fulfilling our purpose. And our purpose is to equip and empower. Mine is to equip and empower women. I wake up in the morning ready to tackle that beast every day. You know, equip and empower women. And if you read my posts, if you follow me on social media, that's what I do all day, every day. That comes naturally for me. There's nobody teaching me that, or I don't need to study it. You know, but how do you find that? You got to be willing to change. The things that are not right in your life right now, you have to be resilient. You have to be committed. You have to hold yourself accountable. And how do you hold yourself accountable? Become a coach. You become a coach, you help others. And in the middle of that, you find commitment and you find accountability. And you can become, you know, you can become healthy and fit, not only emotionally and physically, but financially. All right, so that's it. That's all we have. Anything you want to say? Any final words? All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, share this video with anybody you know that may find use of it. Tag your friends and just have an amazing day, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.